Hi, Paul Donovan here from avtechnician.ca. This is a channel on YouTube for tips and tricks for AV technicians. Welcome to part one of Zoom meetings. As an AV technician, we are going to be asked to do a lot of Zoom events, and it would be helpful for you to pick up your skills and get to know Zoom. Now, if you haven't already set up Zoom and learned how to use Zoom, maybe the next few videos that I'm making might help to make you understand a little bit more. So I have become in my company the local expert. I don't want to purport that I am the expert on Zoom because I use only part of Zoom's abilities, but I use the parts that most people use and have become quite proficient at it. I'm back to making videos. In case you hadn't noticed, I'm back, and so you would love it if you would click on subscribe. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. I've got the comments turned on. It would be marvelous to hear from you. Some of you have been uploading some comments on the last few videos. Now, the next few videos are going to be slightly different. I am going to change a little bit up in how I make this. By doing this, first off, I'm going to do a multi-set video, so there'll be multiple parts to this. But I'm also going to try and keep them under 10 minutes each, so that you can quickly dial into each video and find some more things to learn about. Now, you go on YouTube, there are a ton of videos out there teaching you how to use Zoom. Tons of them. They're there for the amateur user, for the new user, for people who are trying to do Zoom. But I want to tackle using Zoom as an AV technician where you're supporting your clients and their events. And this is the new style events, the hybrid events, the virtual events, and even more. So let's see how I could see if I manage to keep these videos under 10 minutes. It's a pretty big challenge because if you know me well enough, you know I like to talk. So first off, you need a Zoom account. So if you haven't already created a Zoom account for yourself, maybe it's a good idea to do that so you can follow through and understand some of the things that I'm talking about. If you've already got a Zoom account, you probably already know the stuff I'm going to say for the next few minutes, but let's give it a try. So the first thing is how to get to a Zoom. Now, of the smart people in you will know that you actually do not go to zoom.com, you go to zoom.us. But if you type .com on there, it'll automatically flip over to zoom.us. It throws people off a little bit when you say, what's the website? You say zoom.us. They're like, what? Don't get it. That's okay. Zoom.com also works. It just automatically flips over. So this free account is the first one. And I emphasize the word free. There is no cost for you to have a Zoom account. In fact, you can keep on doing about 90% of the things you want to do with a basic Zoom free account. There are only two significant limits. The first one is that you can have meetings that only go up to 40 minutes. And you can have a maximum of 100 participants, which includes you. Don't forget that, it includes you. So that's one. There's also no cloud storage, which is not a big thing if you're doing personal free Zooms. You probably don't really care about saving your files and saving your videos and so on. Now, if you want to move up to the next level, you move up to the pro level, which is either a personal or business version. It really depends on you whether you want to call it personal or business. But if you anticipate moving up further in the styles, you will want to probably just call it business. It's listed at US $149.90 per year, or 200 Canadian dollars per year. Not a bad price. And that suddenly opens up a few things. So the first thing it opens up is the 40-minute limit is gone. The only limit on time now is 30 hours, which means you could literally be having a Zoom meeting for more than a day. Sounds like a road race, 24-hour road race. Oh my goodness, that would be boring. But you don't want to be doing that anyway. Anyway, you do have that. You still have the 100 participant cap, which includes yourself, but that's pretty normal. If forever you're going to do a meeting that's more than 100 people, you have the ability to add on what's called large meeting and adds on another 500 or 1,000 attendees. I believe if you want to go more than 1,000 attendees for a meeting, you have to actually pay a lot of money for that privilege. You'll also get cloud storage. It is currently set at 5 gigabytes. cloud storage. When I first started doing this a few years ago, the cloud storage was only at a single gigabyte of data, which is pretty much useless. And really, the storage space is if you decide to save your recordings onto the cloud, which is this is Zoom's cloud, not iCloud or OneDrive or anything like that. This is the Zoom cloud. Now, 5 gigabytes means you could probably have one multi-hour event, and the videos would be saved in the format that you choose. We'll learn about that later. And the videos will be saved there, and then you have the ability to download them. I don't think 5 gigabytes, I don't know if you could do it. If you're doing a multi-day event, that you would run out of storage space. But in a later event, I'm going to talk about the merits of the cloud storage for your video recordings or recording directly to your computer. We'll talk about that in a later video. So there's a few extra perks that are in the pro level, but they're not relevant to just getting them familiar with it. Now, at the pro level, you can actually purchase more than one license, one user account. And this is handy if you anticipate having to run more than one event at the same time, one meeting at the same time, because technically you can't. So if you have multiple user accounts, you can actually set up and have multiple meetings. Now, I've been told the maximum is 2 or 3 simultaneous meetings on an account. I don't know that for sure, but when you want to do that, if it should be possible, but I haven't figured it out, and I usually don't worry about it because usually I never have to do it. The only time we encounter is when we book an event on one user account for our company, and then somebody goes in and books an event at the same time, and they've already told the client the invite information. Then we take advantage of having our two user accounts, and those 2 user accounts allow us to have 2 meetings simultaneously, and I've done that successfully. Now there are next level up. There's also the business level, which is US $199.99 a year or Canadian $270. There are a few more perks with this one as well. Probably, I think it goes up to 10 gigabytes of data storage. Now, above that, there's the Business Plus level and the Enterprise level. They're very costly, and if you're planning to get into Zoom at that level where you need that level of information, go for it. Look up the prices. They're quite pricey. Now, there is one add-on that is most popular with people is the add-on for webinars. Yes, webinars. Webinars is different than meetings, and if you remember, I mentioned previously, a meeting is when you have multiple faces all showing at the same time. A webinar is when you generally have one presenter speaking out to an audience, and very seldom does the audience speak back. It's not impossible, but it's a little bit unusual. So the webinar add-on is also very, very useful. Now, as I mentioned earlier, all these prices, you also can sign up for these prices on a monthly basis. Webinar, for example, you can sign up and add webinar in at one time for the month. You can set it to not renew or auto renew on a monthly basis. The other the other payment plans, if you set them up on monthly, they are generally set up to auto renew. And if you need to cancel, you need to go in and remember to cancel them so that they don't keep billing you. But webinars and some of these large meetings and some of these extra items, when you add them in, they allow you to be either one time or auto renew. You also have the ability to upgrade yourself to the annual plan so you can have some savings. Well, look at that. I've used up my time for this video. I've probably gone over. I'd like to run on a little bit. Please look for part 2 video coming up next week, where I'll take you forward in using Zoom a little bit more, settings and basic things with a Zoom account. Please click subscribe to my channel so you can follow my tips and tricks for AV technicians. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to leave comments at the bottom because I love comments. So keep up to date with me, follow my channel, and thank you for watching today. I'm Paul Donovan. Thanks for watching avtechnician.ca. Have a great day.